Good morning everyone, today we're taking you landscape photography to the next level. Let's go! Alright guys, I hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to a new episode. So today is very special because I want to share with you 7 landscape photography tips that totally will change your life if you're shooting landscape, obviously. As you may know, I've been on that challenge with the 24mm lens for a full week and only that, nothing else. And so far it's been great. But when it comes to landscape, we usually think we like to shoot wide, but I actually like to shoot very tight with long focal lenses. And what I realized is if you want to get shots that are not boring in landscape, when you're shooting wide, you have to become a little bit creative. So I picked up a few things I was doing and trying that I thought I would share with you. So we're gonna start right now during this amazing, beautiful sunset with the clouds passing by behind me, and that side is just absolutely on fire. It's beautiful. So we're gonna start with number 7, and number 7 is a theme in general in photography, whether it's street, travel, portraits or landscape, is pick your subject. What is your subject? What are you trying to shoot? At the beginning with the 24mm, since you're fairly wide, I didn't know. I'm like, am I focusing on the mountain? Am I focusing on that? Well, actually the tip is, for example, use a rock as a subject or use a plant. Try to give some depth into your images by using subjects that are not just a landscape. I think using just a landscape is great, but being able to focus on a subject that is, for example, in the foreground gives more depth into your images, and you've seen a lot of those beautiful photos from other photographers with cracks in the ice, etc. They use those subjects to actually draw you into the picture versus just snapping with your camera a random landscape. So that's tip number 7, find a subject. Tip number 6, guys, is actually shoot low. Get low on the ground. I know we like to use tripods and be a little bit higher, but you will be blown away by what happens when you're getting low, especially on wide angles. So you're able to pick up subjects that are way lower to the ground that you might think normally, and also in a way it just stacks layers in front of your landscape. For example, you're shooting a volcano like we were shooting yesterday. Well, what I did is I became a little bit creative and I went really low on the ground, so that little plant, it looked cool, and then I could stack different layers. It really created depth in my images and I really like the result. So try it out, let me know how it goes in the comments. Maybe you're already doing it, so just let me know. Hit me down below in the comment section. So now number 5 is actually very classic, but it is very important, especially in landscape photography. Guys, shoot at golden hours. What I mean by that is shoot 30 minutes before sunrise and after sunrise, and 30 minutes to 40 minutes before and after sunset. It will make a huge difference in your shots. I mean, look at that sky. You don't get that sky when you're going to shoot at 12. So yes, it will require a little bit of dedication for you in the morning, but it is totally worth it. Same evening, I mean, sunset is pretty easy to catch, but sunrise, you might have no one in the same spots, which can be really, really cool. Okay, ready for number 4? Number 4, guys, is give scale to a landscape. If I take a photo of a mountain or a cliff, you have no clue of knowing how big that cliff is unless you have something that is give you a reference to it. So if you want to really emphasize on the size of a mountain, of a cliff, or an object, even in architecture photography, same, or in the streets, put someone next to that landscape, or in that landscape, or an object, something, anything that most of the people know its height, and then it can give you a good idea. Some people might like to use objects. I like to use people because it gives me, on top of giving me scale, it also really makes me feel like, ooh, I want to be that guy, I want to be on that spot. So that's why the other day I put the tripod and I went running and took a shot on the cliff, and that's how I position myself in order to give a little bit of sense of scale for you guys. Number 3, guys, is really not conventional, but please try shooting with a very shallow depth of field. I had that 24mm 1.4, and obviously you would think in landscape you want to shoot at f16, f8, f10, all that to really get everything in the frame that is sharp. But let me tell you, try shooting at f1.4 or try shooting at 2.8. I started trying that while I was low on the ground, and what I ended up doing was actually pretty cool in my opinion. I ended up framing my friends who were flying their drones and shooting themselves in the background with the landscape, with the plants and all that. And I think, in my opinion, it really gives a different perspective to the same place. You know, you might have the overall view, but what happens if you focus at 1.4 on an element in the background? You get everything in the front that is kind of blurry, and you get the ambience behind. I think it's really cool. Also, I shot a few plants with the sun hitting through, and I was at really shallow depth of field. I think it really makes it interesting and different, and I think it's all about being different. Sometimes it's just trying to find something new and creative that you also enjoy doing. So try it, shoot very small aperture, f1.4, 2.8, stuff like that. Try it, let me know how it goes. Guys, we're reaching the end. Number 2 is use filters. Try it at least. Get a cheap polarizing filter if you want, an ND filter, but try doing long exposure with filters when you have water or even skies if you do very long exposures. But I really like to use filters, for example, polarizing filters, because it really gives more punch to the colors, you have more vibrance, and also the sky, if you're in full daytime, it is actually really nice because you get way darker skies. Because it cuts out the reflection on the atmosphere, so it makes it really a deep blue, and this is something I like. Maybe you've seen those photos with like very deep blues and you never understood why. Well, most likely they've been using polarizer. Now, a word of caution, and I will make a specific video on the dangers of filters, but yeah, be careful if you use it outside of peak hours or when you're not 90 degree with polarizing. You might have weird effects. We'll talk about it on another video. Are you guys ready for the last one? Oof, it's gonna be good. It's kind of it's almost motivational in a way. I don't know. Can you say that? I don't know. But before I reveal what is the last one, what is my tip number 1, I just want to share with you guys, I'm releasing something very soon, a big project I've been working on. I told you already, it's something that has to do with 30 days. I can't tell you more right now, but please, if you want to get notified, if you want to take your photography to the next level, I'm finally getting through that project. Drop your email in the list below. Make sure you get notified for when I release it. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. I just created the perfect thing I wish I had when I started photography and wanted to get to the next level. So yeah, check it, link in the description below. With that being said, tip number 1 is, drum roll, guys, it is simply get out there even when it looks like crap outside. Because, for example, if you're waking up at sunrise, you're looking outside your window and you see it's all cloudy, it's gray, it's cold, and you think nothing's gonna happen. Well, you might be wrong. That might be one of the few times where the sun comes in and out just over a minute or two through the clouds, through different layers, and it looks epic. The most epic landscape you can ever imagine only happens in those moments, when you have storms or when you have thick layers of clouds or like scattered clouds in all directions, and that is really, really, really beautiful. So please don't miss it. Kick yourself out of that bed and go shoot. And also remember, even if it's foggy like it was for us the other day, it was totally worth it to go. I mean, they flew the drones and they managed to get through the forest of cloud, and then it was an absolute magical spectacle. It was just insane, and I think just those shots make it worth it. Like the whole week you might have crap weather, but that one time when you get those, it's totally worth it. So yeah, guys, I hope this has been helpful. If it was, make sure you hit the SURB button, ring that notification bell. It's gonna make a huge tong. It's gonna be awesome. You will be joining all the adventures because I'm shooting those tutorials all around the world. I hope they've been helpful. And guys, look at that beautiful sky behind me. It's just beautiful. I thought of shooting just between you and me, guys. I thought of going to shoot here, but I was a little bit too late and tried to take a time lapse and totally messed up things. And look, my time lapse is not happening. So yeah, guys, with that being said, get out there, go shoot, try something different, try something new, and I will see you in the next episode. Ooh yeah, bye.